Happiness and pain, happiness and suffering, they are interconvertible. You may be surprised with this, but I will explain to you. Now, look at our assumptions and beliefs regard to happiness. We think if we achieve what X has achieved, then we can be happy. Or if we go with Y and make friendship with him, then we will be happy. So many things like that, our beliefs and assumptions. Nothing wrong with that as long as we find happiness. But this doesn't work for a long time. On the road, we hit with disappointment and then pain and then frustration. Now our attention turns toward removing this pain and suffering. So we go here, we go there, meditation, medication, so many things. We fail. Nothing removes suffering from our life because this is a fact. The suffering is an indispensable part of life. We can't remove it and therefore we become depressed. My point is, what's wrong with suffering? Suffering is there to help us, to protect us. Suffering is there to teach us like a guide. Suffering is there to inspire us to grow, to evolve, and to improve our life. And we must understand suffering, that's the point. Now, there are two kinds of suffering. The physical suffering and the emotional suffering. Look at the physical suffering. You are in the kitchen cutting vegetables. Accidentally you cut your finger and there is pain. Suddenly you pay attention to your finger and do something immediately to stop bleeding. Supposing there was no pain at all, you wouldn't have bothered for your finger. This is exactly what happens in case of leprosy. There, that leprosy man has everything in life, intelligent, hardworking, a lot of common sense, but he doesn't feel the pain. Therefore, he keeps losing his parts of body and one day he collapses. And come to this emotional suffering. The physiology science tells us that if a child doesn't get enough parental love and concern, and when the child grows into adult, he cannot become a normal, healthy adult. He will turn up to a criminal, a roadside gunda, an antisocial element, or a psychopath ends up in mental hospital, or he will end up in police station, court, and jail. This is the general rule, but there are lots of exceptions to this. I have seen lots of people with a terrible, horrible childhood. Parents divorced or separated or dead or something. This boy is put in an uncle's house or auntie's house. Lot of ill treatment there, harassment, and the boy runs away from house. Ends up in a hotel as a supplier. Ends up in a orphanage, or becomes literally a kind of beggar, eating his food one day, Monday in somebody's house, Tuesday in somebody's house, and going to school. And then such people grow up to become useful, dependable citizens. You see, they will build a family, love, respect, and finally become happy people. And some of them become poets and writers, engineers and scientists. Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton are two great examples for this. And there are lots of common people who don't become famous, but examples of this. To tell my personal experience, my mother is also an example for this. She lost her both parents before she was 1 year old to the epidemic of plague, and she was shuttled between this uncle's house and that uncle's house, and everywhere she was treated as a burden, a female child, lots of responsibility in the future. Who wants the headache? So she grew with this rejection, shame, and utter disrespect and lot of cruel treatment. As she grew up, there was unspeakable misery, and she grew up with it. And finally, she became a happy woman. She became a very kind woman. And she became to live a very long old age life. In her old age, she used to tell, old age is the best age. And there are many people who disagree with this statement. They are usually people living in big apartments, rich, having lots of money, but alone, living with house nurses and servants in the house, but living alone. They are educated people, and their belief is one day this science, this technology with its intelligence, and even this artificial intelligence, they would find solution for human suffering and pain and misery. They are in that hope. I don't know. But I have seen this with these people. They would love a visitor to come to their house, sit with him for a couple of minutes, open up their heart, and no visitor comes. This is the story of pain and happiness. Happiness is something like this, an oyster and the pearl. You open the shell of pain, and then you find happiness inside. That is the story of happiness and pain. It is something like this, the matter and the energy. If you look from this side, you see a matter. If you look from the other side, you see energy. Happiness and pain are interconvertible. It depends on you. What do you want in life? That's the point. Thank you. Friends, I'm thankful to you for your support. You have stayed with me for the poor quality of a video, poor quality of audio and all that. I request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our channel is called Good Life Doctor. You go to it, Good Life Doctor channel, and subscribe to us so that we can come close and interact easily with each other. Thank you.